Hello. This is the lower front control arm of a 2006 Infiniti M45 and the like. This is the rear wheel drive one. This is how it's usually installed. This is the right side, the passenger side, rear, front, and this is the outer. This is where it goes right under the wheel. So I'm going to replace this, and I can't remember the main reason. Maybe it was a... There you go. That was the main reason this one was being replaced. It's probably just a spare head laying around. So this is what happened. Since you could replace that, you could also replace this bushing over here in the back. However, the challenge is replacing the ball joint right here. So I decided to just go ahead and buy a brand new control arm from Infiniti, and this is it. But then there's a problem with it, and you'll notice it pretty quick. Let's look at this again. This is the ball joint end, then the bushings. Then look at this one here. Gonna make a hole in it. As I said, this one is brand new from Infiniti. And what do you know? Right at the end over here, this is the ball joint. It's nice, looks good. However, do you notice anything missing? Ball joint. You see the boot and the stud, right here. Then look here, you have the stud and the nut that goes to it. You have the boot down here, but then you have a cone. Infiniti does not provide that cone for you when you buy a brand new control arm. You could buy a brand new one from them. I think it's about $17 each, and I can't remember the part number. However, it's not really a wear item. As you can see, all it does is just go down here and push against the flat part of this boot. So I'm here to tell you gladly that this is it. It is a removable part, and there you go. The lighting's a little better that way. It's just a cone, just a metal piece. So I want to show you how to remove this piece over here from this part on a bad one. You're not gonna do it if you want to reuse the ball joint for anything. So I'll show you how to remove this so that you can come and install this on your new part. And there it is. Of course, when you push it down, it seats a little differently. But yeah, I just noticed that they don't seem to give you a nut for it either. Man, that's stingy. Oh well, cotter pin and all that. So that's the part number for the brand new one. Without further ado, let's get to it. This is what the work entails. Obviously, you have the work piece, which is your control arm. This is the ball joint end. Mine still has the nut, and you'll see the value of having the nut there in a little bit. I'll also be using this tie rod end and Pitman arm puller, and I bought it from AutoZone actually. It's an OEM part, and the part number is 25297. Obviously can't see that because of light, but this is it. This is what it looks like. And this end of it, you could use is it a, I'm trying to think, you could use a 3/8 inch drive over here, but I'd rather use the 17mm on the outside. 17mm is what does it. Ratchet with a breaker bar. And then you have this other part of it, the flat. How do you hold this thing steady? I choose to use adjustable wrenches and a set of adjustable wrenches. So right here, and I'll just hold it, and let's start working. See what the work looks like. Actually, I'm gonna have to do it this way just so I can show the work. So right here, in between the rubber and the cone is where I'm gonna insert this. Retract it all the way. All the way. put it over the cone. It's more of a sideways slide, really. Push down and yep, doesn't sound too good, does it? When you think it's sufficiently centered, you can start pushing this down clockwise, does it, until it grabs. There you go. So it's grabbed, and this is the part where you now need a way to hold it down. If you get a nice foot with a hard sole, I mean, I guess you could set this down, step on it, and it's not going to move. But so I'll be working this in the clockwise, okay, the tightening motion, to just pull it down like this. And you'll see it work its magic, by the way, in just a little bit. So I really can't find a way to use this right now. You could try using the breaker bar. You could try, as I said, maybe using a piece of wood to hold it down. Maybe if I did this and stepped on it, maybe that could work as well. Let's give that a try. It's kind of working, but I'd like you guys to see the work that I'm doing. So again, this is all I'm doing, just turning this. And what I do is this adjustable wrench, this part, hold the square end of it. Okay. I'm actually supposed to hold it from that. Let me step on this end. There you go. It's going to go much easier. Just hold it down this way. Okay. Hold it down. And then crank this up. Try to keep an eye on this, if you can see it. Okay, let me hold it a little higher. Don't blink. You can see a problem here. It's already slipped off. So I should say, for this work, you want to make sure you have safety glasses, because those will save you in a pinch. So this is the catch in doing this project, is making sure this thing remains centered and safe. So we're going to try it again. Have it centered right around there. It's not the, I guess a narrower tool would be of benefit. I'll check the measurements on this one, I can't remember. So there you go. Tighten it decently. Then step on this to hold it down. That's the fun part of this project, just getting a good lock on it. Alright, as I said, don't blink. See what happens. There you go. That's it. You'll notice that this jumped up to the top, right? And that's the value of having this nut back, the nut still there. For one, it keeps it keeps this centered when it goes over your workpiece, right? So that this, what do you call this, a spindle? I can't remember what you call the center part, sits inside the nut, for one, and two, prevents it from jumping when it comes out. So this is it. And I'm gonna wipe it down, clean it up. It's not gonna be too thorough, just something quick. A quick inspection, I don't see any signs of damage. Looks fairly flat, smooth all over. Maybe just a little bit of evidence of this tool being on it, but the tool did not shatter. Everything looks good. Alright, so I'm going to clean this up and put it away. And, well, I guess this one's reusable still. And then, as you can see, this is what I was saying. You better make up your mind before trying to do this job, because I think, my opinion is that this work is pretty brutal, a little too brutal onto the boot that stays on there. So I can't remember if this was bad or not. And just like I showed in the beginning, set this onto your new ball joint for the wishbone, for the control arm. But again, just like I do for all these videos, it might make more sense for you to just buy a brand new one from Infiniti and just set it on top of your brand new ball joint, right? If you don't have the tools, nor the time, nor the desire to do all this, it might be just cheaper to spend the 40 bucks or so to buy a pair of these and use them. Okay, I hope this video is helpful. And that's it for tonight. Good night.